came on a few minutes early because I've been having trouble getting started the last few times, and I wanted to I wanted to be sure I had it figured out before 7 o'clock. So if you're here, chime in. Oh, we're gonna start tonight by doing a weaving page in my fabric journal. Hi Barb, hi Tasha. I'm glad y'all are here. I'm gonna weave a page. And I think I'm gonna do it right here next to Santa Claus, even though I don't it'll look kind of strange together, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, how's y'all's day been going? I hope y'all are doing good. I had a I had a pretty good day. I got some amazing happy mail. I'm still kind of in shock over it. I just did a video and uploaded it about this happy mail that I got from Rosie at Creative Wings. So y'all need to watch that video when you get a chance. Not right now, but sometime when you get a chance. Um, she was just amazingly generous. It's amazing. I don't even know what to say. But oh well, good for you, Tasha. That's nice to have a day like that. Oh, I just realized I need to go back in and get some pins because I'm gonna try to pin this down first. Hi, Danny. Hi, Becky. I'm gonna want to pin these down to keep them in place while I'm doing the weaving part. So y'all sit here and chat, and I'll be back in just a minute. I'm also gonna grab something to drink. So I got so worried about getting started on time and that I forgot to bring me something to drink. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Hi, Zoe. I'm glad to see you. Yes, we're going to do a pick 10. I'm just going to do a journal page in my fabric journal first. And then we'll do the pick 10. Oh, Becky, thank you so much. I had forgotten you told me you were going to send me these, but I was very excited to get them. Oh, and look at this, y'all. Isn't that pretty? Oh, wow, that looks good. That looks a lot better than the picture that I put in the group. Hi, Dawn. I'm glad you're here. They're curlers for circles, circle making tools. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Neferkeet. And I have forgotten your name again. Can you tell me your name again? I'm so sorry. I keep thinking I'm going to remember it, and for some reason, I don't. Patty. Okay. I have cousin named Patty and friends named Patty. I ought to be able to remember that. Mm, I'm going to try, but I'm not going to promise anything. So, hi, Mitz. It's good to see you. Um, okay, I just have to give y'all a sneak peek, and then you have to go watch my video so you can see the rest of it, because this is just like a teaser. Um, Rosie at Creative Wings sent me a amazing happy mail today. This was in it. Isn't that beautiful? It says, "Don't forget to fly." It's just lovely. And there's the inside, the back, and the back cover. And then it's just cereal boxes and some watercolor paper and some cereal boxes. Isn't that just amazingly cute? I just love it. But that's not even the most amazing thing. I'm gonna have to show you this too. This is really, I was completely blown away by this gorgeousness of this thing. So I'm gonna have to show you, but you're just gonna get a sneak peek. If you want to see a flip through, you have to watch the video. Look at this. It's got leather binding and some cute charms and leather straps and little leather pockets inside and just all kinds of gorgeous, amazing wonderfulness inside. I would just I'm just still kind of halfway in tears about it because I was not expecting anything like this. This is just um it's just lovely. Nobody's ever given me anything like this before. I'm still kind of in shock. And it was wrapped so sweetly in this. And there's some other things. There was some other stuff in there too that I'm not even getting out to show you. But these two journals were she made those and they were just amazing. So yeah, you need to watch the whole thing. It is amazing. Okay, we're gonna start, and I'm gonna make it a little long because I know it has to go over and under. So I'm just gonna do a few of these. I don't know how many strips I'm even gonna need until I lay them down. I won't know, but I'm gonna do like 5 of each color. That's probably more than I need. So we can put this green up out of the way. These strips of fabric came from this little kit I got at the thrift store for $1, and it's supposed to have knitting needles and polyester batting and all that stuff in there. That stuff wasn't there. It was just the strips of fabric. But you're supposed to knit this little horse, and but of course I just wanted the fabric strips. So I didn't mind that. Did I? Okay. I didn't mind that the knitting needles and stuff weren't in there. Okay, let's. And like I said, this is probably going to be longer than I need, but little pieces I can, I can glue down on in something somewhere, so it won't be wasted. I just didn't want to deal with these really long strips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's do the pink next. Where's the end? Here we go. Is everybody still here? The chat hasn't moved in a minute, so I was wondering if y'all are still here. Okay, good. I get worried when that's not moving at all. Um, uh, we've had so much trouble with everybody's streams lately that I had taken that Happy Mail box in to show my daughter, and so I went ahead and brought it back out while I was bringing out the pins and the drink. Can't do a stream without my iced tea. Okay, these are really long strips. Of course, I guess if you're knitting, you want them to be long, so you're paying attention. Oh, well, good, Danny. I like people to pay attention. But this, cutting pieces is not that exciting, so it doesn't bother me if y'all chat while I'm doing this. And I may have too many. 1, 2, 3. I may be making too many strips, but I just want to be sure I had enough. Okay. Oh, thank you, Danny. You're sweet. I don't know. Some of these colors, like the red and the burgundy, don't necessarily go together, but they were all in there, so I'm just going to use them. Okay, where's the end of this one? It's got to be here because I don't think this is a loop. There we go. I thought this was going to be a quick project, but nothing ever turns out to be as fast as you think it's going to be. At least that seems to be the way my projects go. Got lots of furries on here. Some of these are crinkled at the end, so I may end up trimming them off a little bit more so I can start with something straight. Just don't put them next to each other. Okay. I won't. Sounds good. Hi, Mark. I'm glad you're here. And yeah, that's true. At least it seems to be my experience with it. I've thought about, when I was thinking about doing this page, I thought, well, that's such a simple little thing. It's no big deal. But I decided to do it anyway because I think it'll be fun, even if it's simple. One more and we'll be through cutting strips. Okay, now then we'll put this up and hope that we really do have enough. Okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to put some glue and then I'm going to pin them as well as glue them so they can. Hannah was using my glue today and that came off. She tried to glue it back on, but obviously that didn't work. So I'm going to have to, I guess, buy me a new pin. Um, put that down. I may not need to pin them if I don't know. We're going to glue them all on there first, and then we'll decide about pins. I'm glad you're back, Tasha. We haven't done anything except cut little pieces of fabric. I'm trying to decide if I should do, let's see, I think I have 6 colors. And so there's these 3 colors going one way and these 3 going the other way. I think that's what I'm going to do. Hi, Tanya. I'm glad you're here. So I'm just going to repeat these 3 colors all the way down, and then we'll do the opposite colors going the other way. So that should make it easy enough to figure out how to do it. I'll probably put a trim around it because I'm gluing this almost one whole row width down here, and that kind of, I wasn't thinking about how that would affect the weave. Well, we're glad you're here, Tanya, even if it's only for a few minutes. I know that lots of times you have to work and can't stay, but it's good to see you. Okay. Okay. Just make sure I'm not messing up because it's easy to do. Okay, and another green one. Orange. I had several things I thought I was going to get done today. One of them was cleaning in my studio, and one of them was trying to straighten up the dining room and living room in my house, and I didn't get either one of those things done. I didn't get cleaning up out here done either. It's amazing how just everyday necessary things take over. Okay, one more green. Well, I did need all the green ones. Okay. I've never tried to do this with fabric before, so I don't want to. Yep, I'm gonna have to start out here a little bit, so it's definitely gonna. Okay, I also need to put something behind this. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. That way I don't glue it all down. Hi, Suze. I'm glad to see you. Now, I should have probably put the red and the pink. I mean, in the... Oh, I did do that. Okay. Except I'm not... Except I'm putting them next to each other, which I wasn't going to do. All right, let's change that. Okay. Now the yellow. I had put the maroon and the red together so they wouldn't be overlapping each other and be right next to each other. And then I almost didn't do it. Okay. Let's keep going. Hi, Janet. I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad you got some dinner. We're just weaving. We're just weaving a page in my fabric journal today. When I bought this stuff at the thrift store, that's what I planned to do with it. And then I had never done it. So I decided tonight was the night. Red. See, they end up next to each other anyway. There's just nothing I can do since I just have 3 colors going here to avoid that. So, oh well. It'll be like a quilt. It'll look pretty anyway. Hi, Ruby. Oh, I hated buffering. It's bad enough when it buffers for everybody, but when it only buffers for one person, it somehow feels like they're targeted, and that's not fair. Okay. We're about to get this first. Oh, thanks, Janet. I thought it would be fun. Okay. There we go. Now then we'll just kind of make sure these are sticking good. Okay. I'm going to kind of lay these back this way too. And this one is going to just end up being a border over the whole thing because the way they're glued, they take up a row both directions. So that's going to be odd, but anyway, we're just going to do it, go with it and see what happens. I haven't done this in so long. I'm trying to remember. Do you take them all down? No, you can't do that. That won't work. Okay. It's really been a long time since I've done this. Okay, let me think here. Okay. Um, the problem is then getting them all to be glued down. So let's tuck a little glue. Okay. Okay. Now I need to put some glue on top of these. Am I doing this wrong? I'm probably doing it wrong and it's going to be glued. Okay. Oh, you don't think I need all the glue? Well, that's probably true. I'll just glue where there's empty space then. That probably is overkill. I tend to do overkill. And at the end. Okay. Okay. All right. I keep getting notifications which cover up the chat. Irritating. Hi, Gloria. It's good to see you. We're just doing a little bit of weaving for a page in my fabric journal. They get tangled up in all the little fuzzies coming off of each one. Oh, see, it's already getting short over here. We'll just have to hope that it works out. Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. In fact, I haven't ever done this with fabric. I've only done it with paper. Um, but it just seemed like a fun way to use these strips. I think it's turning out cute. Look at that. It's like a little quilt. Yep, I'm happy. Except for right up here. That's going to be the place that's not going to look so good. I haven't ever done basket weaving. I have done pin weaving, but I haven't done basket weaving. I would like to. This is actually easier to work with than paper because the fabric will stay laid back and the paper always wants to bound, you know. But yeah, weaving can be very expensive. Once you've bought all the equipment, though, then it's not so bad. I've got several different kinds of looms actually. I need to get back into weaving um, because I do have all the stuff. Hannah and I bought some. We bought some more wool that we're going to dye and then spin. And I was thinking about doing a video of that dyeing process. I'm not sure if I can because um, I would probably have to videotape it on my phone, and I can't remember exactly how to do that. But I may try to videotape the dyeing of the wool, and then we'll spin it into yarn. She's my daughter Hannah is doing a history project. They're making like a I guess they're supposed to be making a museum basically. So they're supposed to each provide 4 artifacts for the younger kids um, to look at this kind of pretend American history museum. And so my daughter is built a Navajo loom, and she's building a spindle. Well, she's already built the spindle. She's got to we spin on it a little while, so she has an example of the spinning. And then she's going to do. She has a Navajo spindle that one that she made. And so that's going to be her. And then bookbinding. She's going to do a book. Is her other one. So spinning and weaving. 2 different kinds of spinning and weaving and bookbinding are going to be her projects. So I understand why you would have done that, Gloria, because it takes up a lot of space. In fact, that's one reason why my craft room is so crowded and my living room and dining room are crowded, is because my daughter and I both do those things as well as paper crafting, and it all takes up space. But I'm not willing to give up any of it yet. I like it all. So far I'm just going ahead and keeping my house a little too crowded. Maybe one of these days I'll choose one over the other, but right now I'm still enjoying them both, and so is she. Hi, Bootsy. My talented posse. That's true. They are a talented group. I'm excited that I get to be part of the group. We're weaving fabric in my fabric journal. That's what we're doing right now, Bootsy. And since you're a quilter, this will probably be a little too imperfect for you, but hopefully you can enjoy it anyway, because it's definitely got strings hanging everywhere and all of that, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, let's lift this up. We're getting close to the end here. Yeah, and we've each got sewing machines too. I forgot to mention that. That's the problem with being very eclectic in your artistic pursuits, is that it takes lots of space to hold everything. And we don't have that big of a place, but um, I'm loving this. It's going to be so pretty. Look at that. It's looking nice. Looking nice. I'm happy. You heard gunshots near your house, Zoe? Everybody say a little prayer for Zoe's neighborhood. Good grief. That's scary. Okay, we're about to get this done here. Just 2 more strips to go. Almost missed one. Okay. Okay. One more. Then we'll have to figure out how to edge it. No, I wouldn't be going out there either. Okay, I'm also going to go back and glue down these. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to think about that. Okay, well, right now I want to make sure everything is glued down on the edges for sure. Got glue all over my fingers. Okay, let's go back in and glue these. See if I can find a piece of lace that we can use to trim this with. Okay. I think I'm just going to trim that off because it's not really adding anything. Thanks, Danny. Hi, Belinda. I'm glad to see you. Sorry I didn't notice you came in. This is what I'm using. You're supposed to knit this little horse with this fabric. So I just took the strips and I'm doing this with it. I'm not a knitter. So we're doing other stuff instead. Now if I can figure out what I did with that pin. Okay. Now then let's go ahead and cut this off. Okay, there's some extra scraps. Let's turn it here a little bit. There's some more scraps. Okay, let me find some kind of trim that we can put around the edges, and then we'll go on and do our pick 10. What would be good? Oh. Let me get my lace bucket out here and look and see what I can find. Where do I put that lid? Okay. Okay, I've got some stuff right here. Let's see. What do you think about that? Okay, that's fine, Tasha. I'm just doing a page, Gloria, in my fabric journal. So, and I'm just going to put some kind of edging around it. I've got this one. Let's lay that out there. So, and I've got, thanks, Tasha. It was fun to do. I've also got this. Thank you, Bootsy. So Black. I don't know if I have black. I've got this, which would kind of tie it into this page a little bit. So that's a possibility. Let me see. I don't know if I've got black. Black would be really cool. I'm gonna have to think about that because I don't think I have anything black, but I like the idea of it. The only black thing I have has lots of stringy stuff attached. Um, so this one maybe turned like that. Hi, Mary. It's good to see you. We're going to do a pick 10 as soon as I can decide what I'm going to put on here to edge this. I've also got this. If I can find an end. I've got that ribbon I could use. It doesn't really go with it. I mean, it doesn't match anything. It just would be a border. See what else I can find. I've got this. So let's just choose one of those three. Top, side, or bottom? Tell me what you think. Top, side, or bottom? Yeah, black would be great. I just don't have any black. No, no dark green. Suze and Janet like the top one. Danny likes the top one. No, we're going to do a pick 10 in just a minute, Mary. So you're good. You're good. Kathy likes the side one. So far, we have way more top versions votes. Oh, goodness, Becky, I'm so sorry. I know that's scary. I would love black ribbon. If somebody will send me some black ribbon, I'll put it on here. I don't have any black ribbon. This is blue. It's navy blue and gold. Okay. So are you me talking about, well, this one wouldn't even show up. So, all right, let's look at that. So like this, is this what you're thinking, Bootsy? Are you, that's the burgundy-ish stuff. There's also this one, but I like the burgundy, I think. Okay, I got some yeses, so we're going to go with that. Let's get enough of this out. We know we've got enough, and then we can get the rest of it out of the way. And then we get this. Enough of it that we know we have enough. Let's see. Okay. We'll put the rest away. Okay, we're going to start with the burgundy and put it down. That's fine, Mary. Hi, Miss Allie. I'm glad you're here. Oh, got to take my pen out. Thanks, Allie. I'm having fun with it. I think I'm gonna have to cut it to go down the other side. I thought maybe I could just turn it, but that wasn't wanting to work. Okay. Okay. Now we'll do the lace. Hey, Rosie, I just put a video out on the amazing Happy Meal you sent me. I'm just still kind of in shock from it. Ladies, this is Rosie Creative Wings. I showed y'all those 2 journals just briefly, just enough to give you a taste for it so you could go watch the other video. Well, this is her. So if you haven't watched any of her videos, you need to do it because she made those amazing things. And I'm just blown away. It's just so lovely. I showed them to my daughter and she said, "Oh, Mom, this is the most lovely thing you've ever gotten." Oh, I definitely like it. I love it. Uh-oh, I've got a piece of lace that's wanting to turn under. That's not good. That doesn't help us at all when it does that. Let's stick a little glue under that. Maybe it'll flatten out. We're going to do a pick 10 in just a minute. We're just finishing up this page in my fabric journal. Okay, that one's even broken. All right. I'm glad I noticed that before I started gluing it down. Okay, this is going to be good. See if I can get that to tuck under the other page. Okay. There we go. Yay, I'm happy. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. I'm enjoying it. I like it too. So now if I need some kind of fibers, although I think I took that prompt out of the pick 10 because so many people hated using fibers. So I probably won't get to use that in my pick 10 tonight, but I've got extra out there if I can. Okay. I was worried that I would do something over here that wouldn't look good with this, but I think that actually looks good with it, so I'm happy. Thank you, Janet. Oh, we're happy, Zoe. I'm glad you have an interview. That's wonderful. Hi, Beverly. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad. Thank you. And we're fixing to do our pick 10 now. I've still got all these little strings everywhere, but I think I'm just going to leave them. You can't really see them on the video, but I can sure see them. They're very, let's see if I can lift it up here if you can see all the little strings. See all the little strings where it's fraying a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks good with Santa, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to set it aside and let it dry, and we'll start our pick 10. And I was so busy opening Happy Mail and being in awe of Rosie's artistic abilities that I didn't think to gesso a page. So I'm just going to go with something that's already started. Okay, let's get this over here to dry. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm gonna work in this little book because it doesn't have to be gessoed. See what if I can find something that looks like fun to me. Next time I build one, I don't want those windows in it because when I try to dry stuff, they melt. But I can't seem to find any pages without them, so. All right, we're going to work on the back cover here. That's what we're going to do. That's fine. Just take notes and do it whenever you can. I understand. All righty. Let's get some of this other stuff out of my way. Get our sticks out. I've been thinking about making some new prompts, but I haven't done it yet. So we're going to still use the same ones we've been using. Okay, everybody stay ready so Janet can count you. So we have an idea of how many are playing. Makes it a lot easier to know when everybody's ready to move to the next one if we know how many are playing. Yeah, if you're only taking notes, you don't have to say ready, but you can still post your stuff when you get through. Okay, so we've got Suze and Zoe and Mary and Danny and Barb. That's 5. Is there anybody else? Good. I'm glad, Gloria. I'm happy for anybody who can get their art room straightened up. As soon as I decided I was not going to do weaving and spinning anymore, and I put that stuff up and got out all my paper stuff in front of it, you know, because I have to stack stuff in order to have everything out here. Then I decided I wanted to weave and spin, so I pulled that stuff back out, and so now it's just chaos again. But I'm having fun, so I guess it's okay. Okay, so we have 6 playing. All right, let's start. Pick number 1 says, use cardboard. So you can use cardboard to paint on your paper with, or you can glue cardboard down, or you can use cardboard rings and make circles. You can do anything you can do with cardboard, anything you can think of, um, you can do. And I think I'm gonna see if I can find. I have some cardboard that I use just as a texture tool if I can find it. Oh, here it is down here. Here we go. Get something to put paint on. So, what color do I want to do? It's always the first decision. Put my stick over here so I don't lose it. Let's see. What kind of paint do I want to use? Maybe I should just pull one. Okay, I found this one. That was just the first one I grabbed. It's Sky Dinah Wakely Heavy Body Acrylic Paint. I'm just going to put some out here, and then I'm going to use a brayer to put it on here, and then I'm going to use this to put it on there. So, how's that for going? Oh, look at this little brayer. This is what I'm going to use. It's a Dollar Tree. We'll see if it'll even work. Okay. Oh, bye, Belinda. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. Oh, you're right. I probably will make a mess. Thank you so much. Ah, thanks, Bootsy. It's nice to know you got my back. And you're right. I usually wear short sleeves or sleeveless something when I'm doing this for that very reason, but I didn't think to change clothes today. Okay. Let's move this a little bit and go ahead and see if we can use the rest of the paint up on this white paper here. Yeah, it was a toy. I think it came with stuff you play in the sand with, like to roll out to smooth the sand. I can't remember for sure, but I found it at Dollar Tree in with some things that like you would mold sand with. I'm trying to think of, see if I can find them. Like these. It came with these little things. And it was all for playing in the sand, or maybe clay. Maybe it was for clay. I can't remember. Okay, it's just, oh, well, it's not very sturdy. We should know that, shouldn't we? But it goes back together easy. Okay. Now we'll get that out of the way. Yeah, they won't have that out right now, but it's amazing how fast time rolls around. Good night, Dawn. I hope you get feeling better. I'll list the prompts in the description box after we get through tonight. I'll stick them in there, so they'll be waiting for you tomorrow if you want to do it, or you can just watch the video. Do it that way, but it'll take less time if you just look at the prompts. Okay, I'm gonna dry this just a little bit. Okay, Danny's ready. No, it's still kind of wet. I'm gonna keep going since everybody's not ready. Okay, Danny and Mary and Barb and Suze are all ready. Oh, I need to turn off this heater. It was so cold when I came out here. I turned the heater way up, and it is now not cold anymore. Oh, Holly, I'm glad you're here. We just used prompt number 1, which is use cardboard. And I used cardboard to put down some paint. You can use it any way you want. You can glue it down or do whatever you want to with it, but that's what I did with it. You got a minute because we still got a couple other people who aren't ready yet. So, how many of you are cooking Thanksgiving and how many of you are going somewhere else for Thanksgiving? I'm going next door to my mom's. I'm taking a salad and she's calling and ordering from First Cafeteria the rest of it. So we always cook. This is the first year that we've gone the lazy route, but um it's just going to be us and them. It's not going to be the big group like normal. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Going to the nephews, Mary says. Susan's cooking. Janet's cooking. Danny always cooks Thanksgiving, but doing a small one. I understand that. Holly's daughter's cooking. Good for you, Holly. Well, Mom and I usually, do it together. She does some and I do some. And so Um, so Janet says we're waiting on Danny and Holly. Okay, that's fine. Linda's cooking. As long as someone else does dishes. I agree, Linda. Oh, Danny's already ready. Okay. Thank you, Danny. Some stuff must have got between you and everybody else. He did the turkey. It's good to have those kinds of traditions, but it's sad when you can't keep the tradition anymore, and then it kind of makes a difference in your how you feel about the holidays. I know my dad passed away Thanksgiving week, and and that made it hard. We definitely didn't think about Thanksgiving that week. I mean, we were thankful for his life and we talked about that, but we didn't have, didn't do our normal Thanksgiving stuff. Okay, is everybody ready? Holly, are you gonna play along? We'll wait on you if you need us to, but we're gonna move on if you're not playing. You're ready. Okay. The next one says coffee stain. Um, Coffee stain. Well, you can fake a coffee stain, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fake a coffee stain. Let me see if I can find something to fake a coffee stain with. Okay. Let me find something to use as my. Oh, there you go, Bootsy. Sacrifice your robe for the art. I'm gonna I'm gonna use. I'll show you what I'm using in just a second. It's very dark coffee. And probably too much coffee stain, but oh well. I'm using the bottom of that and this walnut ink spray. So I didn't have to sacrifice my robe. Okay, let's see if we can mop up some of this. Make it dry a little faster. Okay. Now I've got all this extra fake coffee here. Love OxyClean. Gotta love OxyClean. Let's see if I can find another page over here and I'll just do some coffee stain over here too. Okay. That takes care of that. Yeah, Janet, we think alike. Wipe it onto some paper. Yes, OxyClean is a miracle, and there's so many things that you can use that my family just can't handle. Our sensitive skin just can't. I mean, most laundry detergents we can't use, but OxyClean doesn't bother any of us, so that's good. Okay, let us know when you're ready. I'm going to dry a little bit here. Okay. We're doing good. That's fine, Zoe. We just have to improvise. The prompts are supposed to be, excuse me, helpful. They're not supposed to be the law. So we just do something we can that it inspires us to do if we don't have what it calls for. Okay, everybody's ready. Holly, are you ready? I didn't see. Maybe she's the one who was ready first. I don't know. Okay. The next one says use black and white. I'm going to mark out that word only because that makes us feel um, like the whole page should be black and white, and it shouldn't. So use black and white. So you have to use some black and some white. So what can I use that's black and white? Trying to think. Maybe some washi tape. Okay. Hi, Joan. I'm glad you're here. We're on prompt number 3. Number 1 was use cardboard. Number 2 was coffee stain. And number 3 is use black and white. Now I'm definitely going to have to use some glue with this. This is the least sticky washi tape I've ever seen. Oops. Okay. Thanks, Gloria. Okay. I think I'm good there. I think that's all the black and white I'm going to use for now anyway. We'll see what comes up in the future. Got blue all over there. Oh, my little bitty brayer. Getting it out of the way. I was going, what is that catching on? We now have 8 playing. Well, cool, Janet. I'm glad you're keeping up because I would not have known. I'm happy for as many people to play as want to. Oh. Look, there was something I wanted to tell you guys, but I can't remember what it was right at the moment. But I think of things and I think, oh, I'll talk to him about that Monday night. And then Monday night comes and I can't remember what it was. Yeah, last week was hard. That's a lot of people to try to keep track of. You do a great job, though, Janet. We appreciate it. Okay, Zoe's ready and Danny's ready. That's all I see right now that's ready. I have a big dog that trips me because he always lays down right in front of where I'm working so he can be near me. And then I need to move over to the cabinet that he's laying in front of. And so I think, well, I'm going to try to, step over him or around him. And then he jumps up to get out of my way. And it's like, oh dear. Holly's ready. Yay. It's okay, Joan. You're not the only one left. So just keep working. It's good. Yeah. Yeah. He's not out here tonight. He probably wants to be, but he's not. Yeah, well, I just have one, and one's plenty for me. I think my daughter would like to have a small one she could hold in her lap, but my husband says one dog at a time is enough. So that's what we have right now, just one. But he thinks he's just part of the family. He doesn't know he's a dog, I don't think so. Am I right that there's 5 people who are ready right now? So we're still got 3 more? Okay, yay. I can count sometimes. Mhm. I didn't even know that the US National Dog Show was gonna be on Thursday. Is it one of those things that's always on Thanksgiving Day? Because 'Cause I'm thinking that we watched it before, but I'm not positive. Your coffee looks like hot that's okay. I would drink coffee if it tasted more like hot chocolate. And a suicidal goldfish. Oh my goodness. When I was back before I was married, I had a saltwater aquarium, and it is amazing how many of those fish jump out. And I mean, there was a spot this big that they could jump out from by the filter, and I lost like 3 because they jumped out of that little space. And this was, it was uh, I think a 20-gallon tank. Anyway, it was a fairly decent sized tank, and it only had a spot that big they could jump out of, but they did. Very frustrating. But it wasn't a goldfish, it was a more expensive fish. Your dog lets you live there with him? Yeah. Well, I'm glad that he has some people. Okay, noon to 2 p.m. Alrighty. My sweet dog, he's a good dog unless you are deboning a chicken or cooking bacon. And then he's standing there looking at you with these big brown eyes like, "Don't you know I need this too?" Mm. We had a goldfish, that we brought home after VBS one year because, Hannah couldn't bear to have something happen to it, like get flushed down the toilet, which is what the other person wanted to do with it. And they happened to say that in front of Hannah. And she was little bitty, and she was like, "Oh no, we have to save the goldfish." And so we brought the goldfish home, and he was, a little goldfish, and he grew to be about this big. Um, and his name was Orange. And he got really big, and he turned, white. Um, and so we had a goldfish named Orange that was white for the last couple of years of his life. So, and he was the only fish in the tank. It was a 5-gallon tank, I think, and he was the only little fish in there. We're almost there, Joan says. All right. I'm happy you're making a fabric journal, Beverly. So you'll have to make some squares of your own now too. It's a lot of fun. And I've been lazy. I've just been gluing everything in. I thought I was going to sew stuff in when I first made that fabric journal, but I've just been lazy and glued everything down, and it's staying really good and it's easy. So I've been enjoying it. Oh, I need to change cups to draw out of when it's time. Well, that's cool, Danny. I had forgotten that y'all were partners. That's cool. Okay. Are we about ready to move on? Oh, it's in the mail waiting for you, Danny. How cool is that? You get kind of antsy though, don't you? It's like I got that package today from Rosie, and I had to go take my son to work, and then I had to do something else before I could open it and make a video, and it was just about killed me to wait. Because when you get a box in the mail, you're like, "Oh, now, please." Okay, I think that is that everybody? Okay. The next one says use a doily. Use a doily. If you don't have a doily, you can use something else. um, just something, anything that's, you know, similar. I'm trying to see. I thought I had some small silver ones that would be fun to use. I put those doilies that were, I'll use one of these that Kendra sent me. Um, I put the doilies that I got at the thrift store in with my December daily box, and so I don't have them out here easy to use. So now I've got to decide what I want to do with this doily. I could make it into a pocket. Hmm. Put it in the four corners, Janet says. Well, I don't know how to do a December daily either, Zoe. I'm just going to do something every day in December. I made me a couple of books, and I decided that I couldn't decide which one to use because a lot of the December daily started with scrapbookers, and I'm not a scrapbooker. And so, but I thought I could do a mixed media December daily, and just do something every day in December, you know. But then I got to I made both of these books, and I wanted to work in both of them. I couldn't decide what to do. My kids don't want me taking a bunch of pictures, you know, so I was trying to decide what to do, and I thought I've got all the pictures from Christmases past, and I've got all the pictures from Christmases past, and so I'm gonna do a journal with those pictures of our Christmases, you know, when the kids were young, and we didn't take a lot of pictures because our kids have never really wanted us to take pictures too much. Um, but I'm going to do one book with that, and then I'm going to do one book with prayers and scriptures. And so I'm going to work in two books. But I think the real point of a December daily was to document the things you do with for Christmas with your kids, and you know, your family, your traditions, and all that kind of stuff. My kids are 19 and 16 right now. So my pictures that are going to be in there are of when they were young. And so I think it's going to be a fun book. I went and got I downloaded all my pictures to Walgreens, and then I went over and picked them up. And so I've got the pictures, and I made double sets of some of them because you could get 75 of them printed cheaper than you could get 64, which is how many pictures I had that I had chosen to use. So, so I printed doubles of some of them to give to Hannah because she's the person in our family besides me who cares about that kind of thing. My husband likes pictures, but he's not going to do anything with them. He makes slideshows of pictures and our pictures and things like that. So his creativity is on the computer, not in a book. So I'm almost out of the glue in this glue stick. I'm a little bit impressed with these Paper Studio glue sticks. I got them like 3 years ago and stuck them in a drawer because I really like the Elmer's Extreme are my favorite glue sticks. But these glue sticks have been sitting in that drawer for all that time. Haven't used them, and I got them out, and they're working just great. So if you can't find Elmer's Extreme, the glue sticks for photos by Paper Studio they're pretty good. Yeah, Janet, that's right. Anything to do it that allows you to record it. You can make your shopping lists. You can do it all in photos, or you can do it with a lot of words or whatever. And so I'm not doing the traditional thing that most people think of when they think of December dailies, um, but in Sue Howes's group, they call it anything goes, which means you can document your December any way you want to. And so, I'm gonna. That encouraged me to go ahead and do it, knowing that it didn't have to be a scrapbook, basically. Although one of them sort of will be, and it's gonna be. I'm doing it with mostly thrift store things, and because pretty much everything I've got to go in there until I did these December daily tag swaps, everything I had to go in there was stuff I got at the thrift store. So, stuff that was, somebody else's past. So I thought that was appropriate to put it in that book. Um, so I'm getting excited about it. How are you doing yours, Barb? What kind of December daily are you doing? The normal kind, or are you being weird like me? There's if you just will put in YouTube December daily, you'll pull up a lot of videos where people show their books and all of that kind of thing. And I think it's really fun to look at everybody's books and see what they do. I'll do some videos. I'm not going to do a video every day, but I'll do some videos about them. I'm probably not going to actually show the photos after I put them in the book, but because that's, my kids deserve their privacy. But I'll show how, when I do a video, I'll show how I make the pages and that kind of thing. So, yeah, Pinterest is a good place. Hi, Jamie. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you chimed in. You can do an art page a day if you want. You can do whatever you want. Mine's going to be kind of a combination of things. So, but most people they're just documenting all the stuff they do in December. Um, so mine's going to be as much more art than documentation. One of them will have pictures in it. One of them will have scriptures and prayers in it. But so it's just going to be whatever I decide to do that day. You're going to skip that one. That's fine, Joan. You can do that, or you can just draw some lacy something on there if you wanted to. Well, I'm glad you had a chance to say hi today. I like knowing who's here, even if, and I know there are a lot of people who don't say anything in the chat that watch. But I'm glad when you say something once in a while and I get to know that you're here. So we're glad you're here. Cooking supper is important. Your family would not be happy if you decided to skip cooking supper so you could chat with us. So I understand. Oh, I missed Becky's comment, but it was interesting, someone says, so I have to go back and look at it. Oh, how interesting, Becky. Definitely post that. I want to see. She's going to follow along, but do everything with only black and white markers. I definitely want to see that. That'll be cool. Oh, I've been there, Janet. Now my kids make their own meals. If they want to eat what I'm cooking, they can have it. If they don't, they cook their own food. My husband's not picky. Sometimes he cooks his own food anyway, but not because he's picky, just because he's a nice guy and he's decided to fix himself something to eat. So, uh, okay, we got 5 ready. So, yeah, I gave up trying to cook something everybody would like a long time ago. I'm trying to think how old my son was when I told him, if you don't want to eat what I'm cooking, you're welcome to fix yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And so he just started doing his own cooking after that, and he's happy and I'm happy, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. So we got 7 people ready. We're almost ready to move on. Okay, Zoe, we'll be here. Oh, well, good for you, Jamie. Just relax. That sounds wonderful. How old are your son and your daughter? Moms have to take those times to be lazy whenever they can. Son is 19, daughter is 4. Woo, that's a widespread. My son is 19 too, but my daughter's 16. So your daughter's at a fun age, though. 4 is a fun age. They're just discovering how much fun life can be at 4 years old. That's a fun age. I remember. Okay, we're almost ready, right? We got one more. I'm gonna dry just a second here. I put too much glue on. Oh, you might be surprised, Jamie. My daughter at 16 is even more fun than she was at 4. We spin and weave together, we craft together. I even enjoy going shopping with her, just grocery shopping. So, um, you might be pleasantly surprised. Of course, my daughter's not into dating and things like that at 16, so that makes it easier. She's decided to wait till she's a lot older for that. So that makes me happy. Hey, Rose, I'm so glad to see you. Oh, you're welcome, Jamie. It's really, I know some people have struggled a lot when their daughters are that age, but it's been a wonderful blessing for me. I'm very pleased with her and with who she is and who she's choosing to be. So it can be a lot of fun. Okay. Are we almost ready? Is there anybody who forgot to tell us they're ready? I think we're waiting on somebody. I just don't know if that somebody knows that they haven't said they're ready yet. That's okay, Joan. I understand. No problem. Okay, well, we're just going to move on. It's no big deal. Doesn't matter who it was. Let's just go ahead and go to the next one. It says use 3 colors. 3 colors. You can use 3 colors of markers, 3 colors of paint, 3 colors of ink, 3 colors of anything. You could use 3 colors and one of them be marker, one of them be paint, one of them be ink. Unless you're Becky, and then you can only use black and white. So so you can't use 3 colors. Okay, I got to pick 3 colors to use here. I think I want to do something with these. Let's see if I can do some. I'm going to use these watercolor markers. Try to find something that'll go. Let's do a green and a blue and a pink, just for kicks. Don't know how it's going to look, but we're going to do it anyway. Mix them for gray. There you go, Allie. See? That's why we're all here, so we can help each other out. I'm not really impressed with these watercolor brush pens. They just don't have a lot of stuff. They're not juicy. Stuff doesn't come out of them very easy. And it may be because I'm not using them the way they were intended to be used, but maybe I need to store them upside down like this instead of like this. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's user error. Yes, it is a pretty color. I think they have nice colors. They're just oh, I like that going over the pink a little bit too. I didn't do them evenly, so they're going to be kind of weird. Oh well, it's all right. These are water-based markers. They're not watercolor markers. Flexible brush markers, water-based brush tip. 24 pack from Hobby Lobby. They're put out by Hobby Lobby, so and like I said, I like the colors. I just don't like the and it's not all of them. Some of them work better than others, but well, this page suddenly went psychedelic, didn't it? I may be wishing I had chosen to do something different later, but it is what it is. No, I'm sure that she's got nicer ones than these. I bought these when my stepfather was in the hospital in Lubbock, and I needed something to play with because I thought I was only going to be there a couple of days, and it turned into 11 days. And so um, I needed some art supplies. I had a coupon, so I bought these with a coupon. I would like to have some really good watercolor markers, with a brush, but I don't have those. Okay, well, it looks like we've got something coming in from all the corners to the center, so we're gonna have to put some kind of focal point here sooner or later to make this make some sense. Okay, Barb's ready. Let's see if anybody else said they were ready and I wasn't paying attention because I was playing. Thanks, Rosie. It's definitely interesting. I better turn my book back around or it's going to end up being an upside down page. This was the very first pick 10 I think that I did on a live stream. It's still one of my favorite ones. That's one. I was going to say, I'm working in 4 different books, so I don't have very many in this book. There's one. But they're all junk journal books. 2 of them are like this, made out of envelopes, and the other 2 are made out of like political mailers and things like that. So Arteza, I'll have to remember that. Is that something you can find on Amazon, or do you buy it from their company, or pick it up at Michael's, or where? I need to write that down because I really would like to have some that work good. Both places. Okay, cool. Becky, are you going to be streaming on Wednesday? Or are you going to take off for the Thanksgiving holiday? Yes, you're streaming, or yes, you're taking off. Oh, probably yes, you're streaming because you probably answered as I said the first part of my question. But just to be clear, okay, good. Well, I'm glad because I want to be there. My husband and my son both have to work Wednesday and Friday, so we get a 1-day holiday for Thanksgiving, and um, so it's going to go. Their holiday is going to be real quick. I'm not sure how it'll be at Christmas. My son works at the library, and so they only take off the day, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, um, New Year's Day, but I can't even remember what day Christmas is on, what day of the week it's on. So, that would help me figure out probably. Listening to Christian music. Cool, Zoe. He stays in the woods with the deer. Oh, dear. Uh, well, Beverly, come craft with us. Oh. Mary, I'm assuming you're gonna go ahead and stream on Friday too? Is Mary still here? Okay, good. Christmas Eve is Monday, Christmas Day is Tuesday. Okay. Well, how many of you want me to stream on Christmas Eve, and how many of you want to take the day off? I haven't just I haven't talked to my husband about it yet to see if um we usually watch It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas Eve. That's kind of our tradition. New Year's Eve is Monday. Oh, we can stream all night. New Year's. That might be fun, but somebody may already be doing that we all go want to go be part of. Becky's going to be in Atlanta. You're going to stream from Atlanta, or are you going to be in Atlanta at Christmas? Okay. Well, maybe we all need to watch Dee Dee's group on New Year's Eve. I don't blame you, Mary. You need to take a break. Okay. Suze is ready. Is that just make 5 that are ready? Okay. Well, y'all must be doing some really cool stuff with your 3 colors. I was lazy. Mary was sneaky and streamed this morning. Well, good for her. Well, I'm gonna look into that Arteza and see what I think about it. 5:45 a.m. on New Year's Eve day. Okay. New Year's Eve day. Y'all let us know when you're ready. I need to remember to switch my bucket to the 3rd bucket so I don't mess up and pick some more 2nd bucket stuff. Okay, you stream for 2 hours, then Dee Dee comes on. Is this Central Time, Mary? When you say 5:45, are you talking Central Time? My brain doesn't work that good either, Beverly. I'm just now getting to sleep good. So Barb is 7. Is that right? Or 6? Okay. 7 already. So is that everybody? Okay. This one says use neon paints. Use neon paints. If you don't have neon paints, you can use markers or some other kind of paint. You can either use neon something or you can use paint. I'm trying to decide which of those that thank you, Mary, for putting that link up. I appreciate it. Let's see. I do have some neon paints. A little bit. A little bit. I have these little bits. The green and the pink and the blue would not be so different from what I've already got on there. I don't know if it'd be better to add something different or stick to those same colors. I think I'm just going to do the green and the blue. Okay, we're on number 6 here. All right. I'm just going to scrape on some green and some blue. Ooh, got out too much. Okay, I've got a card here somewhere I'll scrape it on with. Let's see if this will kind of blend things together and tone it down a little bit. Okay, well, I just made a big mess, didn't we? Okay, let's see if we can wipe back some of that. Oh, I just got out of the camera too. That wasn't very good. Sorry. I know you really want to see my mess here. Oh, let's see if we can. Let's see if I can tear my page out of the book. Okay. Hey, Judy. Well, I'm glad you're making cards for the troops, but I'm sorry you didn't get your notification. That's very frustrating. Well, we're on prompt number 6. Number 1 was use cardboard. Number 2 was coffee stains. And some of us, like me, faked our coffee stains. Number 3 was use black and white. Number 4 was use a doily. Number 5 was use 3 colors. And number 6 was use neon paints. So, yeah, that's fine. I'll have it, I'll after we get off here tonight, I'll list it in the description box below the video so you can go there and just look for it and write them down then. Just kind of letting you know what got me to this mess. Yeah, it's a strange mixture of prompts. I'm gonna dry here real quick. Thanks, Gloria. Well, not everybody can come, but a lot of people like to do pick 10s that can't always make it. So, oh, Judy, I've had that problem too when I'm sending them to Canada. That's very frustrating. In my case, it was the customs people who sent it back, which was very frustrating. So, okay, Susan's ready. Barb is ready. I hope we come up with something I can do to this that will make it make some sort of sense. I'm gonna take a second here and put this blue paint down in my book because I still have some of it left. Well, that's not enough to fill up my page. I don't like it when there's not enough to fill up my page. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of this green with it just so I can fill up my page. Is that silly? No, because this is a painty paper book. So it's not silly. It's not just a use up scrap paint book. Oh, I think I just went off the edge there. good thing it is just painty paper book because I almost stuck some pages together with that too much paint. And I'm getting it all over my arms. Okay. Okay. Hi, Spanky. I'm glad you're here. We're doing a pig 10, and so far mine just kind of looks like a mess, but I'm still holding out hope. To get these out of the way. I can do it without dumping stuff on the ground. Okay. All righty. We're doing pretty good here. Let's clean my hands while I'm waiting. I told y'all a few minutes ago, well, a little bit ago, that I was doing a Christmas past. One of my December daily books was going to be Christmases past. And I found a quote that I had taken out of a Christmas book a while back that I'm going to put on the front of it. Let me get that and show you while we're waiting, since we still have a couple more people. If I can figure out which box I put that in. The bad thing about doing two books is then you got two boxes of stuff going. Okay. There's the book. And if I found the quote. I thought it was going to be real easy, but I was wrong. There it is. Okay. Here's my Christmases past December daily book. And this is the quote. And I'm going to put it right over here. And it says, "This is a tapestry woven with the bright and varied threads of Christmases past." And I just thought that would be adorable on here. In fact, while I'm waiting, I'll just go ahead and um, put it on there. Then I won't take the chance of losing it again, like I thought I did just now. It's funny how you take stuff, and I actually last year at Christmas time I took this out of the book and had it just sitting in there with all my Christmas stuff, and that was as far as I got with it. But I think that's going to be good. I need to edge it with some ink. Are we still waiting? Yep, still just 6 people ready, so I got time. I'm also going to show you what I did for my scriptures. I put music paper on playing cards, and then I inked over them with a chrome ink because the book I'm doing these scripture cards in has some chrome in it. And then I put the scriptures that I'm going to use on the cards. So I've got scriptures cards from Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, all the way through New Year's Day. And so I'll have to stick those back over there in a minute. So that's fun. Yeah, I thought she was a cute little lady. Isn't she cute? Is it Christmas yet? I probably should have used something besides green since it's going to be sitting over there on the green, but oh well. It's better than not putting anything on it, so. Oops. Okay. I think I need to add a little bit more scrapes since I accidentally did one. Now we make it look purposeful here. Okay. Let's see if we can. Okay. Now we'll glue it down. Paint is only to make unicorns and rainbows. Well, she at least has an opinion. Oh, that's cute. It's a good thing to have a strong daughter who knows what she thinks. At least I think it is. Yeah, she has to be respectful about the way she talks about it, but it's good for her to be strong and know what she thinks. That way she's not somebody's doormat later when she's older. Okay. Now you can't see it because the glare. But anyway, I'm happy with that. And then I don't even know how many pages I have in here. But I'm going to do, painty, probably mixed media stuff on it. And I've got a lot of stuff from thrift stores and some things from these tag swaps, this tag swap that I'm in with the December Dailies group. Some of those things will go in here too, because they fit in this book better than they fit in my other book. The quote says, "This is a tapestry woven with the bright and varied threads of Christmases past." I just think that's wonderful. And I kept it because I loved it. I didn't know I was going to use it in in an art journal, but I knew I probably would use it in some kind of journal, but because that's why I keep stuff like this. I'm glad you're back, Mark. I thought it was perfect for the cover. It made me happy to find it. I got a little bit of glue on the. There we go. My hands are too dirty. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Gloria. Are we all ready? Yes, we're all ready. Okay, Barb, I'm going to take you for it. All right, let's pick another one here. This one this one says use turquoise. Well, okay. I have a lot of turquoise on here already. So what can I do different with turquoise? Use turquoise. Let's see. I've got this. I thought it was more turquoise than this. It's a little greener, but I'm going to call it turquoise and use it because it'll show up on the page better than if it was more blue. And I'm going to, it's metallic texture paste and it's Heidi Swap. I got it at Tuesday morning. So now I need a stencil to put it on there with. Let's see. Find something that can be a focal point if it needs to be. Okay, where is that big flower stencil? Just put a big flower right in the middle. I've got too many stencils just laying over here instead of in their book where they're supposed to be. There it is. Of course, it was on the very bottom because I haven't used it in a little while. Let's see. Ooh, that's going to take a lot of texture paste and a lot of space, but that'll be okay. We'll hope that it works all right. I don't make a mess. Hi, Teetle. I'm glad you're here. Attadale? Attadale, is that how you say it? Oh, I love this stencil too, Mark. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And you can see that I use it a lot. Okay, let's see if I can. I don't know how this is going to work. I may end up having to scrape it off if it goes underneath. All right, we will see. Woo! Yay! Now I got to set this aside a minute and clean this up because I leave paint all over the place, but I'm not going to leave texture paste all over it. So let's put it back down here. And Okay. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to spend the rest of my time drying. Hi, Mina. I'm so glad to see you. That turned out pretty good, didn't it? It didn't come over here, but I'm okay with that because this is open too, so it's not a biggie. Um, Thank you, Mina. Ooh, it's not ready to be touched. I think I need to dry a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit and cool down a little bit, and then I'll check and see if it's if it's dried enough. I can move on. Okay, we have now done um seven prompts. We're nearing getting we're getting down to the sort of the end. Thank you, Janet. I know it takes a long time when we do it this way with everybody playing along, but I would much rather spend most of our time doing this as long as everybody wants to play along and everybody enjoys it. If y'all ever get to the point where you don't want to play along anymore, then we'll move on to something else. Um but I enjoy y'all playing along. I like looking in the group and seeing everybody's pictures. So okay, I'm happy with it right now. Maybe we just need to stop. Let's just do seven. Isn't that funny? You just want to quit? No, I'm stop. Just stop right here. No, we'll go on. I'll see. I may minimalize the other prompts if they are going to mess this up. But But I'm happy with it right now. I was not happy with it before this step, but now I'm happy with it. It's amazing what one prompt can do, how it changes your mind about things. Prompt number 1, Mina, is use cardboard. Prompt number 2 is coffee stains. Prompt number 3 is use black and white. Prompt number 4 is use a doily. And prompt number 5 is use 3 colors. Well, maybe prompt number 8 will be the help you need, Barb, because prompt number 7 was the help I needed. So we'll just keep hoping that it'll work out for you too. Be sure and say ready when you're ready. I do love that stencil. I can actually even, I think, tell you where it came from. It says buttercream on it. That's all I can read right there. Buttercream. That's all I know. I don't know if that'll help you find it or not. I got it at Joann, at Joann's store. It says Joann Stores LLC on it. So maybe that'll help you find it. I think it's in one of the, where they have all the stuff that you, stencils for fabric, but I may be wrong about that. But that's what's in my head. Adele, after we get through here, I will list all of the prompts in the description box below the video. And so you can go there tomorrow or whenever and do it if you want to. You don't have to do it today. They'll be there tomorrow that you can look at. When my streams go over 2 hours, for some reason it takes them a day or two to put the first part in. They just immediately do the last 2 hours, but the first hour or so is not in there. Um, so, but when I write it down on the description box, at least you can see them um, all there. But if you're looking to watch the video, the first of the video, you probably need to wait a day or so to watch it. Let me show you what I did at the beginning of the video. Oh, where did I put it? Somewhere safe, somewhere safe. Oh, here it is. For the first part of the video, we made this page right here. We wove the fabric strips to make this page. That was the first thing that we did tonight. And then we went on to the pick 10. So this is the part that won't show up probably if you wanted to, if you watched it later on tonight or tomorrow, but it'll be there eventually. Okay, thanks, Janet. Joan, do you want us just to go ahead and go on, or do you want us to wait on you? Thank you, Janet. It turned out even prettier than I thought it would. I was very happy with it. I like it when a plan comes together. Makes me want to do some more of them with other fabrics. I had thought about, and I may still do it, but I thought about using those same fabric strips since I have a whole bunch of them and gluing them down in that pattern, but a long piece on a piece of paper and then using it or on a piece of another piece of fabric, something, and then using it to make a journal cover with. I think that would be fun. So I may do that. Um, we'll have to see. Is anybody else buffering or is it just Mina? Fusible web's a good idea. Why don't y'all ask Mina to that's fine, Joan. That's fine. Ask Mina to refresh and see if that'll help her. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the next prompt. I'm not gonna do this one. Y'all can if you want to, but it won't help my page any. So I'm gonna not do it. I'll choose another one and see if I want to do it. But so y'all will have the choice between two. Use newspaper is what this one says. Ooh, goodness. I hope you get feeling better, Joan. I'm sorry that you're not feeling good. Oh, oh, good grief. Drop it and then throw it down. Okay. I do have another prompt. It says use black. So if you don't want to use newspaper, you can use black. And I'm going to use black. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Let's see here. I think I may do some stitching around just in this blue, this part here. Since there's black and white dots there, I'll just stitch in the blue parts. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do with my black. Those are okay. That's my black. That's all I'm going to do. Y'all can see the stitching. So that was a quick one for me. That was a quick one for Barb too. She's ready as well. Oh, I need to turn my thing around so when I pick, I'll be picking out of the right bucket. That's fine, Joan. I won't wait for you. I understand. 6 plain, okay. And Barb's the only one that's been ready so far, so we're doing good. I think I'm gonna do a little more drying because I still have some of this that feels like I'm gonna mess it up if I don't try hard not to. Oh, good, Mina. I hope it stays good. Hey, Tanya. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. We're on prompt number 8, which was newspaper. And then I didn't like that, so I chose again, and it was use black. So, so that's where we're at right now. And I'm happy with my page. So if I don't do something to mess it up between now and the next 2 prompts, then I'll be happy. Thanks, Janet. Oh goodness, Tanya, I'm so sorry. Just go to just go to bed, huh? Oh, well, thank you, Tanya. I'm sorry you're having so much technology trouble. That is not fun. It seems like it all goes at once. Are y'all going to be home for Thanksgiving, or are you going to be going visiting people, Tanya? I hope the stove behaves Thursday too. That would be so difficult. Are you having trouble with it? I'm going to be home. Well, we'll eat lunch next door at my mom's, but it's home. Um, as my daughter says, it's not like going anywhere to go next door to mom's. In fact, we tease and we call it the family compound. So, well, I knew you got one not too long ago. The new one that I got for my birthday, um, the oven cooks pretty good and I'm happy with it, but the broiler is terrible. Um, the broiler is not good at all. So I'm unhappy about that, but we don't broil things a whole lot anyway. So I guess it's not a big deal. The main thing that my son broils hamburgers and my daughter broils her steaks sometimes, but everything we don't broil a whole lot of other stuff. We sous vide I think that's how you say it, our steaks, and I had been broiling them to put to brown them, but my husband did that on the griddle last time. He said, "Forget it." Well, we have a toaster oven that has a broiler in it that you could broil toast in. It's just not big enough to broil a bunch of steaks or something. So last night we had steak, and my husband just seared it on the griddle instead of in the broiler, and that works a lot better. So that's going to be our new method. So we got 4 people ready, 2 more to go. Yeah, yeah. Toaster oven would. Um, we had a toaster oven that we've had for several years, but I looked at it the other day, and the little, what do you call the element? The heating element was like this. I was like, oh, that looks dangerous. So we went and got a new one. Because my son uses the toaster oven to reheat his pizza all the time. So, and I use it to reheat stuff too. So we were like, oh, we need a toaster oven. So, and that's hard to buy because you have to look and look and look to try to find something. Um, yeah, we have a gas range, but it has electronic ignition. So I haven't ever tried to light it by hand. I guess maybe you could. I'm not sure if you can or not. Our other one was just an old gas one, and it was always had a pilot light going. You didn't have to worry about it. But this one's got electronic ignition, so it might not be usable if the electricity goes out. You can light it with a match if you need to. Okay, good. That's good to know because I was worrying about it because last year we had the electricity go out, and our heater is also electronic ignition. So the only heat we had in the house was the oven. So hopefully that won't happen. But if it does, at least I know I can light it with a match. Okay, Susan's ready. Is that everybody? Or are we still missing somebody? I'm trying to see here. Mary's ready, ready, ready. Ready, ready, ready. So, are you the last one, Mary, or did you say you were ready earlier? Oh, cool. I can't wait. I don't know how you can wait till Sunday to open it, Tanya. You are a woman of strength and willpower. I can't wait that long, so I usually do a special video so I can go ahead and open my happy mail because I don't have that kind of willpower. Zoe, are you ready? Thanks, Mary. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, do a special video, Tanya. I don't want to wait till Sunday to know what you got. Mm. Oh, yeah, isn't it fun? It just makes you happy to look at them, doesn't it? Zoe, are you still here? I'm assuming that Janet, when you said Zoe question mark, that you were asking if she was ready. Well, maybe she had to go do something. Let's just go ahead and move on. She probably had to run away for a minute. Okay, the number 9. We were just wondering if you were ready to move on, Zoe. That's all. We were fixing to move on, but we didn't know if you were ready. Um. Oh goodness, Tanya, that's not fun. That's not fun. Did you ever figure out how to do a voiceover? I remember you saying you were going to have to do a voiceover. I haven't ever tried to do that. Okay. Number 9 says use something shiny. Oh, good night, Joan. I hope you're feeling better tomorrow. Holidays are not a good time to be sick. Use something shiny. So, what shiny thing should I put on here? Let's see. Use something shiny. That should not be a difficult thing to come up with. Trying to find shiny things, that's the hard part. Using something shiny is not that hard. Okay, let me see real quick over here and see if I've got. Oh, here it is. Ouch. Okay. Oh, that's a good idea, Judy. That's a real good idea, actually. I was going to put some blue sequins on here, but that's a good idea. I think I'll do that. Ooh, it doesn't really show up. Zoe, you can make a fabric journal a lot of different ways. The way I did it was with a sheet, and I've made one with with some kind of canvasy material too, and I just made pages out of it, out of those fabrics, and then I bound them together with ribbon in just like a pamphlet stitch. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just whatever kind of fabric you want your pages to be made out of, just sew a signature of it. Um, I did a video where I talked about the fabric swap that we were having in the group, and if you look in my playlist under fabric journal, it should be in there, and it'll say fabrics square swap or something like that. And I talk about how I made it in there. But it's not that difficult to do. Um, I just sewed it with ribbon like I would sew a regular signature, and then I glued stuff on it to make it, to decorate it. But you can make it any way you want. That's just the way I made mine. Let me do this real quick, and then I'll get out one and show you an easy one to make. You can make it with denim. I think denim would make a great substrate for a fabric journal because it's strong, and my pages were done with sheets, and so they were so thin that I'm having to glue two of them together to make it strong enough. Denim, you wouldn't have to do that. And this fabric that I'm calling canvas fabric, it's really not canvas. I'm not sure what it is. It just looks canvasy. Um, but I'll show you in just a second. Well, that's kind of making that show up good, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's no longer available, Gloria. That's sad. That's a really good stencil, too. I don't know why they make things that people like no longer available. They ought to just keep, as long as they sell them, they ought to keep making them. Hmm. Hard to know how much. I don't want to do all the little details because it would take forever. Don't know how far to go with this. I think I'll do this. Okay, I think that's as far as I'm going to take it, but I like it. Yeah, let me go ahead and go around some of these. They'll show up better if I do. Okay, now we're going to call that good. Thanks, Janet. I like it too. I think it looks good, and that definitely adds something to it. That was a great suggestion. Thank you so much. Okay, let me get this little fabric journal that I've got back here somewhere. Oh, Yeah, I did. That's and which is a good thing. Okay, this is one that I made, and I just sewed some little ties in with ribbon there, and I sewed it together with ribbon. It's just one signature, and I just um tore it, and I went ahead and tore some of the this one folds out, and I just stuck it in like that, and I fringed it a little bit just because I thought it looked cool. So some of it, see, has been hemmed, and some of it's not. And um, here's another one of those that the fold out page. So I haven't used this journal. I made it at the same time I made the one that I'm using. See, and it's just bound with ribbon. So that's an easy way to make one. And I think you could use denim and do the same type thing with it. What kind of fabric do you have any old jeans or something you could make the journal out of? If you don't, any kind of fabric will work. Um, this one's just sheets, but I glued when I got in here and made my pages. They're very thin, so I glue two together, and then use my next page there. So so that makes it strong enough. The pages all work well. But if I didn't glue two of them together, also I would have had way too many pages in here, and the book would not, it would be ridiculous. It's going to be pretty puffy as it is, but and I just glued I I glued the front and back of each signature together. So there's that, and the other one's in here somewhere. And then I glued this fabric all the way around it, and then I glued the lace this lacy stuff on it, and I even glued the flower down. I sewed the button to the flower to make it, but then I glued it down. I glued the dragonfly down. All I've done in here pretty much is glue stuff. Um, and I use this art glitter glue, and it works great. So where do we find the page? Oh, Mitzi, if you go to Mary's channel and look under there's a page that you can click on under her in her channel that says community. Yeah, that art glitter glue, it's wonderful stuff, and it's well worth the money you spend on it because it goes a long ways. I love it. So thank you, Jamie. I'm enjoying making it. It's been a lot of fun. I really liked this, and this is just a shirt that I took. Some of my fabrics are um, clothes that I didn't couldn't wear anymore or whatever, and I just took them, or they're fabrics I got at the thrift store. A lot of these fabrics are um, pieces of fabric from the thrift store, so that makes it not expensive. All of these were from the thrift store. This was a pillow sham from the thrift store. This and this were from another pillow sham, and so was this. And then these other ones were just fabrics that I found. So it doesn't have to be expensive to make a cool looking book if you can find some thrifted pieces of fabric. Anyway, I hope that helps. Okay, is everybody ready for the last prompt? I missed well, tell your pillow hello, Tanya. Sleep well. Is there anybody that's not ready to move on to the last prompt? Holly, are you ready? Well, this one's going to take a while, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell everybody, and everybody can do what they want. It says use a tag. So you can make a tag and add to it. You can glue a tag onto it. And it could be any kind of tag. It could be um, a tag, an artsy tag, or it could be a tag off of clothes, or a tag off of something that you bought. Anything will be fine. Um, so use some kind of a tag. You can staple something on, you can glue it on, you can add it on with a paper clip. You can make a tag out of a piece of cardboard if you want to. You can shape it any way you want, do anything you want that you can call a tag. Let's see, what can I do? Now that I've given us all permission to do whatever we want, basically, I got to come up with something. Let me look at a little bit. I'm gonna. Oh, no problem, Holly. I'm gonna pull something out of here to use. See if I can find. I want something small. Oh, that's cute. I'll keep that out. That's a baby. It's bigger than I want, but I wouldn't have to do much to it, which is nice. That one I might could use too. This is the stash I pulled all the tags from when I was making my upcycled clothing tag stuff for my December dailies. That one's possible. Okay, I'm going to choose one of those, I think, because I'm not in the mood to spend a whole lot of time looking. Now, I could just trim that off, and I could just attach it right here. And that actually looks like it belongs with my page. But it's a little bigger than I really wanted. Or I could decorate this one and stick it on like a paper clip embellishment or something. Or the same thing with this one. Which one is that one, Gloria? Is this the one you're talking about? Clip over the edge of the page? Or one of these? The castle? Or stretch? Or white? Castle, stretch, white. Which one did you want me to clip over the edge? I hate the lag time. Oh, I'm waiting with bated breath for an answer, and it takes forever. This one, okay. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to just assume. Well, let's take this button off. Okay, I think. Yes, you can make a tag. You certainly can. I was just going to use one of these because I was kind of lazy and I thought this one would go without me having to do much to it. Oh, I don't think I want the back part of it though. Yeah, it really does match my page. I think it's perfect. But I think I'm going to cut it off from this because that's just too bulky and it doesn't really add anything. So, okay. Now I'm trying to decide if I want it up there or down here. I could just put it right here in the middle. And I didn't do a very good job of cutting that. Let's use a paper cutter. Fix my not so great trimming. There we go. Top right. Okay. Now I could put it right here and put it on with a staple or a brad. Hi, Susie Q. I'm so glad you're here. Trying to decide. Now I could just put it on with the paper clip. Easy peasy. But I'm not sure that I really like that better than just gluing it down or something. I think I may trim it and make it just a little bit smaller and then edge it with something else, and that'll make it cover up less. And since this edge doesn't, isn't over here anyway, it's not going to really mess up anything to take the other edge off. Well, that didn't turn out very good. Okay, let's see if we can get that straightened up. Okay. Ooh, sorry. Okay, that covers up less of the flower. And I think it looks just as nice. So let's put a, where did I put my, I'm just dropping things everywhere tonight. Okay, I need my ink pad. The brad is a great idea. That's true. But I was thinking of the only problem with the brad is it would be back here. And truthfully, I don't think I would ever bother swiveling it out of the way. Yeah, I don't want to use the paper clip. I agree. I thought about just edging it with this. Um, and my thought was just to glue it down right there and let it just be like a dreamland up here or something, just make it part of the page. Well, I could do it with the brad over here. I just don't want the brad too close to the corner. I'm tempted just to make it a little bit shorter even and just glue it down. I think that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully y'all won't be too disappointed in me. You can do as many pages as you want. Are you talking about in the fabric journal, or are you talking about for the pig tin, or? Yeah, I'm just going to glue that down. Your book, your choice. That's right, Gloria. Yeah, I think you can do as many pages as you want in it. I made a big one because, I made it to work in myself, not just for swaps. But I'm hoping we'll do more swaps like this so we can add to our journals, in the future. But the one that I made, this one, I think it's a pretty nice size. And it's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got 7 pages. So it's 14, you know. if you get it too big, I truly think that my big one is really a little too big, has too many pages, because by the time I fill those pages up, it's going to be extremely fat. Yeah, well, I have a sewing machine, but I haven't used it yet on my fabric journal. I've done everything with glue and ribbon. So you got 5 pages. Well, just go with that. Don't worry about it. Just make it. The point is just for you to enjoy making, fabric journal pages. That doesn't have to be huge. If you decide you want to, Barb says yes, more fabric swaps. Okay, well, I'm happy to do that. Um, it would be fun too, just to swap pieces of fabric, you know, but with someone, if and that way everybody has a little bit more fabric to choose from. But the I think the fabric swatches are a lot of fun to swap too. So we'll look into that in the future. Okay. Um, we've only done one, Gloria. So they can go however we decide they're going to go. Um, in November, in my Facebook group, we did a fabric square swap, and we just swapped with one other person. So you would make something, um, like you could make something like that looks like this. That could be, we did them 6 by 6 was the size we made, and so you could do something. You could do anything you wanted. You could do something that was just like this. Just put pieces of fabric on there to make them pretty. So we were just swapping fabric swatches to go in a journal. And but you could make whatever kind of page you want to send to somebody. So we didn't have rules about it except that it needed to be pretty much all fabric. Now you could have buttons or things like that to embellish it, but mostly it just needed to be made out of fabric. And so oh, good night, Becky. Sleep well. So you could do pretty much anything you want to make your page to send to somebody. See, I could have done something like this and sent it. But we made them 6 by 6, and we just swapped with one person. So you would send them one and they sent you one. That's the way we did the swap in November. Now, we could, I did that because of holidays and that kind of thing. I just let you swap with one person. But if every other month, maybe if we had one, then after a year, you would have 6 different pages from other people to mix in with your pages that you're doing. All of these in this book are things that I've done. I haven't got my fabric swap from my partner yet, but when I get it, I'm going to put it in here. So that's the way this last one worked. We didn't have a specific theme. We didn't. Bye bye, Judy. Sleep well. We didn't have a specific theme. All we had was a size. Yes, an assembled page. Well, I actually called it a fabric square, and I've been calling it a swatch tonight. And that's not. We called it a fabric square. So you put together a page on a 6 by 6 piece of fabric, and then you send it to your partner so they can put that page in their book. So you do the whole assembly of the page and send it to someone is what we did in November. It might be fun to just take some pieces of fabric that you've got, if you've got extra, and swap them with someone else who has some extra fabric, then you both got twice as many different kinds of fabric. So you could do that too. Bye bye, Judy. Um, so we could do different kinds of swaps, but the point of this one was to send somebody a piece of art that was fabric, basically, to put in their book. And if you don't have a fabric journal, you could put that in any journal. It was, because it was 6x6, you could fit it into another kind of journal if you wanted to. Or they would look great in a frame. You could frame it in kind of a, what do they call, a shadow box kind of frame. That would be fun too. So we could do it different ways. But that's what we were doing this time. Ugh, the paper's getting all messed up. Y'all have any more questions about it? I don't mind answering questions, but if everybody's understands and they don't have any more questions about it, we could say goodnight and see each other Wednesday night at Becky's Live. Where do long comments go? I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean, Gloria. I know that in the chat they'll only let you do 200 letters. They won't let you do more than that. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Good night, Danny. Good night, Mary. Good night, Barb. Good night, Suze. Down a black hole, Mary says. Yeah, you can only make comments 200 spaces. So if you want more than that, you just send the 200 spaces and then you make another comment to add on to it. But thank you, Holly. It was fun. I had a good time. I appreciated all of you being here. Okay. You could private message me, Gloria. Lisa Conway on Facebook. You're in my group, aren't you? My Facebook group. If you're in my Facebook group, you can, or if you're on Facebook, you can private message me your questions and I'll try to help answer them. Good night, Jamie. Thanks for joining in the chat tonight. I appreciate it. I enjoyed having you here. Good night, Susie Q. You have a good sleep. Okay, yes, post pictures. That's right. Thanks, Janet. God bless you all. Good night.